Today we're taking several videos. One will be removing this stereo from the dash, how to remove the stereo and so on. But we're going to start with today on how to remove the amplifier from this vehicle. We've turned this radio on, turned the volume up full volume, and it's like the radio is on mute and the channels all sound tinny, and not all channels work, but the ones that do sound kind of tinny. So we've determined this is an amplifier problem, so we're going to get to the amplifier. Now to remove the amplifier, we're going to move down to the bottom of the dash here and grasp the edge of this front of this panel that's underneath, and we're going to pull this down, and what will happen is clips on it will release and will allow you to bring the panel back, and we're going to take this out and set it to the side. The next, we're going to come in here and we're going to grasp the side of this panel that goes along the edge of the car and pull this back from the edge of the car. Now this will release out and we'll be able to remove this. Now when you go to reinstall this amplifier, it has some little guides here on the front and the back of this panel, and in order to put that in, you're going to have to grab the weather stripping and pull this up so that the guides go back into place here, and the weather stripping goes in and covers up that groove along with the edge of the panel here. Now we're at the amplifier. This is the amplifier right here. There is a small mount here at the bottom for this wire bundle that goes over the top of the amplifier. What we started with here on this one was our 10mm socket, and at the bottom of the amplifier down here there are two 10mm bolts, one right here and the other one about an inch or two to the left of it. We've already had this amp out, so this should be pretty simple as of right now. And this is the bottom one. There is a second 10mm that sits back over here underneath and through this wire harness as well. Both those bolts need to be removed. They will both be this size right here. The trick one was the remaining connector on this one, and what we did was we used our extensions. We used the deep well 10mm, put our socket on this one, put our extension on it. We put a second extension on it to make this a little bit longer, and then we placed it in the end of our 90-degree screwdriver. So this is what we're ending up with, and this will go in the end of the screwdriver here. But the trick was getting this 10mm on a nut that sits, where is it? Where'd it go? Okay, that sits, I don't know if you can see it, you barely see it shining. Well, maybe. It's way up in there. Let's see. There it is. You can see it right there behind that wire bundle, just the edge of it. The good news about this bolt is you just have to loosen it a few turns because it does not go through a slot. So now that we have all four bolts removed, you're able to wiggle this to the side and bring it down. The reason for not having to remove the top bolt is it just fits right over the bolt and bolts the top of the amplifier down. And we've had this wire bundle release from the sides of this here. Now the amplifier, which we've had in the shop and determined is bad, has two connectors on the side. You push the little trigger down at the top of the connector and wiggle the connector loose, and that removes that connector. For the second connector, we're going to push this trigger down on it. This one's a little bit tougher. There we go, there's the second connector. Now when you go to reinstall this, we had the clip remain here on the bracket that holds this amplifier. Well, not part of the bracket, there's a clip here, and we're going to remove this clip, and it's going to slide back in onto the panel right here, so when the panel goes in, it locks back in onto the there we go. The clip just popped out, and this the bottom edge of the clip will slide back into the slot on the side of this panel, so that when the panel goes back in, it will mate back up with a hole on the side and secure the panel. This is how you remove the amplifier. from a 2006 Acura TL. Hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching.